Good morning, fan friends. Recently on eBay, I bought a new in the box Casablanca Delta 2 ceiling fan, which I'm going to be installing here in place of this Hunter original. Let's take a little bit closer look. So last week you all saw the video where I got the new in the box pastel Navajo Delta 2 right there, installed that. So this week, we have another new in the box Casablanca here. Ready to show it off, Buckshot? What you got? What you got? You got a Casablanca. All right, so we have got another Delta 2. This one is in Verity, which I noticed they spell with an I finish. It's finish number 28. One number than 27, pastel Navajo. This apparently originally came out of Barnett's of Hallandale, Florida in March of 1990. And according to this price tag was $283, which adjusted for inflation is right about $500 now. So yeah, high quality fan. Let's take a look at what we got here. We've got the motor. We have a matching K4S light kit and a set of blades. In other words, the same setup we have here. Don't have any glass for this fan yet. We'll see what I end up doing. I'll probably go with a duplicate set of this. Since these two fans are visible, I want the light kit glass to match. Also, it's gonna look really good in here. We've got the brick wall. I'm gonna grow some ivy on these black metal trellises I've installed. And with the Verity fan in here, it's gonna look really, really nice. Just a nice look for my living room. So, without further ado, let's start digging into the fan here. So this is our model 1428D Delta 2 series in Verity. Unbox this beauty and see what we've got. All right, so our first layer here is going to be all of the accoutrements. Gotta love how Casablanca did this. We've got our hang true canopy and canopy hatch, 3, 4, 5 blade holders, mounting hardware, optional light kit switch and finial, etc. I gotta say, this Verity finish, I have never seen it in person before. I mean, obviously I've seen Verity fans. I'm talking about Casablanca's specific Verity finish here. Because they had a few over the years. They had Florentine Verity that they brought out in the late 90s. They've had old world Verity that they used in their cheap imported fans like the Four Seasons. But this particular finish debuted in 1989 along with the 3 Navajos, pastel Navajo, peach Navajo, and white Navajo. And I'm guessing what happened is Casablanca bought themselves a speckled paint machine around 1989 and went wild and crazy with it, because this, if you look closely, is another speckled finish. It's really pretty. The photos in the catalogs do not do it justice. This is surprisingly vibrant blue-green. It just doesn't come through right in the photographs, at least not that I've seen. See what this iPhone can do. So it's a very authentic Verity finish where it has the look of copper, like an old penny, that brownish look of weathered copper, and then the blue-green paint on top designed to imitate the look of a patina, like the Statue of Liberty, that copper develops over time as it turns into copper oxide. So kudos to Casablanca on the finish. Just really like how this looks. Surprisingly blue. Really like it. Take our motor out here. Oh, nice shot. Oh, definitely not. Oh, well, yep, you tried. Let's bring this over into the sunlight and take a look. will say, I find it interesting that they used a white plug instead of a black one for that light kit switch. Doesn't matter if we're gonna take the plug out and put a switch in. We're putting a light kit on this fan anyway, but quick look at what we've got here. So this is our Verity motor from all angles. Let's see our tag. Casablanca Slumba 3, made in the USA, Delta 2. So our serial number, BY23685. That means it was made in February of 1990, February 23rd. And it was the 685th fan made that day. It's an interesting textured finish. Has a non-uniform sort of hand-sponged look. It's actually pretty nice. I like it. I'm glad I bought it. Got the arcless pull chain there, of course. K55 motor inside. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to show it on this video, but the motor is labeled Samsung. So it's a Samsung motor in here, which means no doubt it is in there too. And I have heard rumors that the Samsung motor is smoking, catching on fire, and blowing up, but it's been up for a week and so far has yet to smoke, catch on fire, or blow up, so fingers crossed. Okay, so there's our Verity motor right there. Go with all our Verity parts. Don't suffocate yourselves. Let's take a look at what else we got here. This is going to be our light kit here. This is a K4S-28, dated March of 1991. I wonder how much Casablanca paid for these rolls of their own packing tape. I wonder what I would pay if somebody had a roll of this tape on eBay. That would be the coolest shit ever. Oh my God. Anyway, so it's the same exact light kit that we have here, just in the matching Verity finish for this new fan. K4S light kit. Let's take a closer look. Once again, we find that we've got 4 light bulbs. I'll be replacing these tungsten filament ones with some LED ones. And we've got the K4S light kit. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that to our pile here. What do you think? Your eyes are the same color as that fan. That's why you like it. Huh, Bomber? And we got some blades right here. Now, I can't tell exactly how old the blades are. This time they did come from the same seller on eBay. And according to this original sticker, they were sent to Barnett's of Hallandale, Florida, which is the same place the fan is from. It doesn't mean that they're from the same era. The place could have been in business for 20 years. Something about this sticker and the box just looks a little newer to me. Made in Taiwan. I feel like the blades might be a few years newer than the fan. However, they're correct in terms of the finish and the blade tip. It's something that was offered in 1990. So we have us a set of, actually lost track of the number here. B535. So in other words, the 5-blade set of B35 blades. Light oak. I think this is a very common color combination. The light oak and Verity, they look really good together. So we're gonna lay this. Oh, it's amazing how much the same color of the cardboard that is. So, these blades, light oak, slightly different from these Sawala blades that I went with on the Pastel Navajo fan. And in retrospect, I'm really happy with this decision I made. The two finishes are similar, but that Sawala is less yellow and closer to the bleached oak or pine look that Casablanca always paired the fan with. I think this warmer wood looks good with the Verity. I think it's going to help bring out the brick and my wood floor and just look great in this room. So let's take a quick look at the fan we're replacing. This is a 3-speed Hunter R&M original from 1984, the one year they made non-reversible 3-speed fans. This appeared in a bunch of videos on Dan Spiffy Newman's channel before. I've converted this fan to 4-speed. To be honest, I thought I was never going to take it down. Partly because it's filled with oil, and partly because it was such a pain in the ass to install. The way the ceiling joist and mounting is set up here, I had to turn that motor almost completely sideways to get it in over the J-hook, which means that taking it out is going to require draining all the oil first. Usually I just try to go up and over the J-hook and leave the oil in the fan, but that's not going to be possible here. It's going to be a mess and a pain, so I really didn't think I was going to take that fan down, but I find this Verity Delta 2 just so compelling for this room with the brick wall and the ivy I want to put there. I think it's just going to be a perfect look. And I've been looking at 2 originals for so long, with the matching one over there in the kitchen, that I think now it's time to instead look at 2 Delta 2s. Plus, I'll still have this one original, the 36-incher. So it's not like my house will be without originals. Gotta have some huntration. I'm just from that generation. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video at this point and take this 52-inch original down, put this Delta 2 up, and then we'll come back with a video to show it running and in place right after these messages. All right, so we're back. We've got the Verity Delta 2 installed. So now I've got 2 Casablancas that I got both brand new in the box from March of 1991. And let's take a closer look. Really happy with this finish. Casablanca blew it out of the water on this. It looks a little interesting close up. I personally think that this looks very non-uniform. Now that's probably what they were going for. I mean, nowadays we live in a world where everything's done by machine and it's very uniform, and I think this was done the old world way, probably by hand, by technicians in California who did these speckled finishes manually. So you have a little bit of a personal touch there, but as soon as you back up a little bit, the finish looks pretty much like everybody else's Verity finish, except more realistic. It really does look like actual weathered copper. If you've seen the Statue of Liberty in person, this is pretty much it, spot on. So we got the B535 light oak blades on there. They're noticeably more yellow than the Sawala blades over here. Again, reinforcing for me that I made the right call going with a more muted southwestern look for that fan. So you notice I installed this without the light kit. I don't have any bulbs or glass for it at the moment, so we'll come back and do a follow-on video of adding the light kit. Should probably be a good technical how-to video for newcomers and first-timers. So let's go ahead and turn this baby on. So one click, of course, brings us to low. Casablanca did theirs in reverse, low, medium, high. I don't know why. My guess is just to be show-offs and demonstrate how powerful their motors were, that they had the torque that they could start on low without stalling out. But that's just a guess. Now, just like the other fan, when I got it a week or so ago, the bearings were a little stiff because it's basically 30 years old, unused. The bearings on that have loosened up considerably now, and it does a proper spin down. I'm not going to do one right at the moment, but the point is they're not stiff like they were fresh out of the box. The fan actually coasts slowly to a stop now the way you want it to. So this one I'm confident will loosen up after a couple days of use. Try to show it some different angles here. Again, this is a Casablanca Delta 2 model 1428D with B535 blades. Another hit up to medium. Careful to arrange the motor tags so they both face the same direction out into the living room. Casablanca, interestingly enough in their attention to detail, they actually give you a triple position mounting ball on that downrod ball for no purpose other than that you can rotate the fan 120 degrees in any direction just to align that motor tag better in the direction you want to see it, which is really cool level of attention to detail. Let's go ahead and do a spin down. You're gonna see what I'm talking about the being stiff. You know, this fan coasts down pretty quickly. Now granted, we were only on medium, but that's still, it's close to high on these fans. I noticed in the owner's manual, the spec of this fan is listed for RPMs as, I think the range is 20 to 210. And that's interesting because the motor itself, the Samsung motor, is only rated for 200 RPM on the sticker on the side. So the high end seems a little high. And the low end is definitely low. This fan is not, neither one of these are 20 RPMs on low. They're closer to about 60. 20 is slower than Fasco Charleston low on low. It's a very, very slow set. You might get 20 RPMs out of IntelliTouch on that 6th speed, the aesthetic low, but on these, no way. Anyway, there we go with the Verity Delta 2 by Casablanca. Thanks for watching.